Hi, everybody. This is Tommy Garcia going live on my 38th episode. Um, I sort of used the text to speech for the first 37 episodes with someone else's voice, and I had to give myself a platform, foundation to be able to speak from. But today I'm going to go on a rant. The rant is, you remember that old phrase, girls gone wild? Ha, forget that. How about America gone wild? Boy, what have we done to ourselves? No morals, values, dignity and respect. That's what my podcast is about. Having dignity and respect for one another as Americans. I mean, there's 330 million of us here in this country, and it seems like we all hate each other. Mass shootings, mass murders, this, that, just doing the worst things in the world to one another. No morals, no values, no dignity, no respect, no matter what race, creed, color, or religion. So I'm just going to go all over the board here and go on a little bit of a rant. I believe that the wealthiest part of America, the 1% club, looks down at us and just laughs their way to the bank. They look at how we hate each other, every color, black, white, whatever the colors are that we all are, right? They just do not care. All they care is making the money. So let's go to the pandemic. Pandemic happens. Huh, well, look what happened there. And then after that, you saw there was nothing. All the freighters were offshore, thousands of freighters offshore. They couldn't get in here. Why? Because corporations who ended up taking out the unions years ago had everything shipped abroad. All the manufacturing done overseas because of the cost of labor. And they didn't want to pay the unions or Americans a good wage where you could actually live, not just survive. So the pandemic happens. The investors of these corporations decide we want our money back. We want the money we lost during the pandemic, and we want it now. And what do corporations do? Jack up the price on everything. And who's going to pay for it? The middle class. The wealthy, they don't care about the word inflation. They don't know the word of not having money, not being poor. They have no idea what it is. All they know is that we don't like each other, but we're filling their pockets with money. That's all it's about. So I believe that all the rest of us, the rest of the population, we need to start talking with one another, discussing, having conferences, blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asian Americans, African Americans, Latino Americans, Indian Americans, whatever all the races are, get together and find out what is the common ground that we can be on where we can realize that we are all just Americans. Not the color of your skin, it's red, white, and blue. That's what it is. And we all have to take care of one another here. I mean, look what's going on in the world. You've got China and Russia. They're two countries that look at world domination. And look at the population of China. But who has fed China all the money? The most of the money came from the United States. Remember, all the products made in China, made in China. At one time, they were horrible products. And now, technology and everything else, they manufacture everything. Yet, they put it toward their military, and then they start giving us threats. So, a country divided is a country that's getting ready to be taken over. And how much more divided can our country be that we can't even believe in the politics or the media really what is going on? Somebody's got to tell us the truth. And the only way to do it, I would rather see a bunch of citizens get up there and speak to one another rather than hearing politicians or the media talking and trying to tell us what we need to do. Put us up there and let us talk, and let's see if we can come to some common ground. We can actually start living again and prospering. Okay. So the wealthy, I'm sorry, you need to pay your share just like anybody else. Not asking you to pay more than anybody else, but you got to pay your share because it has to go into the economy. The middle class can't keep on supporting everybody anymore. And we have to wipe out poverty as much as we can and homelessness. Boy, that's going to be a tough one right there. I think, first of all, we need to create a foundation. When my wife and I first got together, before we were married, of course. Um, we argued the first few months like I have never argued with anyone else in my life. And I kept on saying, God, you know what? We're just getting together. What are we arguing so much for? She goes, well, what we're doing, we're just creating a foundation, a strong foundation that cannot be cracked. It cannot be broken. Nobody can. So if we create that foundation now and get out all this stuff that we have on our minds, they won't come up later on. At the time, boy, did I rebel. I couldn't stand it. And then I realized, oh my God, she's right. We have to create a strong foundation. That's what our country needs to do. A foundation that can't be broken. After that, you can go wild, have a great time, go out there, drink, party, do whatever you want to do, but don't be thoughtless. Really, come on, people. Don't be thoughtless. Okay? In other words, if you go out and drink, don't go freaking drive and then kill somebody or harm somebody. I mean, that's not the way it is. Okay? You have to start taking care of people. And bullies, same thing with you. Bullies, you're supposed to actually help the people you make fun of. Why? Because they're pieces of a puzzle. Puzzle that's 330 million pieces. And each one of those pieces, it's important to complete the puzzle. So you make fun of someone, okay, that person goes and commits suicide. They're not even 16 years old yet. You don't know if that person would have been somebody, a scholar, someone who came up with the next vaccine, somebody who cured America, somebody that got you out of jail because you were in jail. Okay, so if you're a bully, well, let's say you're on a physical sport team and you're a lineman, let's say, and you want your running back or someone to do an operation on you, a brain injury operation on you in case you get injured? No. That's what these people you make fun of. Sometimes they're called geeks or Poindexters or whatever, but they're intelligent and they're a part of society that helps us move forward. So we really need to have conferences and talking to one another and just come again to a common ground of what it is to be an American. If we can start there, then we can start adding up to what we have to do and maybe realize the differences between us really is just color. We need to be able to see each individual for who they are and what you're made of. Okay. And we really need to step it up and take care of our young because the young are freaking out. Pandemic happened and then they start committing suicide because they can't see their friends because of communication. No, come on, young people. You need to be strong deep into your core. Don't be a follower, be a leader, even if you're only leading yourself. So, anyway, I see I made a couple boo boos on this podcast. It really was just a test to go live. But on the other podcast, I'll delve more into my life story of what it's like to be abandoned and the effects this has on you for the rest of your life, or being the child of an alcoholic parent, or having a family member murdered. I mean, I could keep on going on, and I will, but it'll be on another podcast. Take care, everybody, and semantics, right? I don't like using the word hello because I was taught to use the word peace. And actually, I like it better because the word hello has the connotation of the word hell in it, right? So I'm going to say peace out. And when I ever meet you, peace.